What is going on, beautiful people? I am your host with the most, the International Sensei, and welcome to another episode of Showverse. Today's topic is air gear. Now, for those of you who do not know, I'm definitely a big fan of the off the beaten path kind of animes. I enjoy some of the mainstreams, of course, like your Naruto's and things like that. But I'm also a person that has dived deeply into the rabbit hole of anime and found some really, really solid classics. So, the next couple Showverse episodes, I definitely will be shining some light on some good animes that I've watched. We'll also add some recommendations that are outside of the anime I'm actually reviewing. And just to give you guys a different perspective, because I know a lot of people that watch anime only watch the Hero Academias and the Dragon Ball Z's and the Naruto's, and then don't realize there is thousands and thousands and thousands of different animes, old and new, Japanese and Chinese animes that are like super duper amazing, and you never even know what they are because you only follow the big three animes that are currently popular in mainstream America. Anyway, so Air Gear, man, again an off the beaten path anime. Unfortunately, only had one season. Season two, I think, was on like got canceled. I'm sure there was a myriad of reasons why things get canceled, but it's definitely, I would say, a classic anime that if you have the time to watch, I think it was like 20 plus 20, almost 30 episodes. It is well worth it. So Air Gear is based on a hybrid of inline skating or air trek or these ATs that were these inline skates that looked like super cool, and basically it was a bunch of these like crew battles and different things like that inside the story with the main character of Iki, who was just basically his dream in essence was basically to fly. You know what I mean? He was always like watching the birds. His nickname was like he got called like the little crows was his nickname, and he just always wanted to fly. And he was watching videos of these people on these ATs and skating around, and finally was able to. Well, did not get a pair, but stole a pair. Let me not give too much of the story away, but got a pair of ATs, started skating, started racing, started winning, ended up making his own crew called Kogura Samaru, and just went on from there to develop. And it really sucks with this anime that it was cut so short because it had a ton of potential. I mean, like this anime probably I would say could have went about 5 seasons, like 5 seasons, about 20 to 30 episodes per season before it would have started to get a little stale. I think if they ended it maybe after the fifth season, he would have became like the new Sky King or whatever you want to call it, and that would have been a great way to end the series. But hindsight's always 2020, and who knows if they'll ever bring it back or if there will ever be something similar. I hope so. But yeah, it was a series that was short lived, but it was a series that was super duper good. I mean, the art style was absolutely beautiful. And I could, if I had to guess, I would guess that they borrowed from like the old inline skating videos, because like, I would say like in the early 90s, I guess like 80s, 90s and stuff, inline skating was like still super popular. It is, I would say it is still popular, but it's not like skateboarding and other action sports like motocross, BMX, but it's still very known. I mean, there's still skating rinks all over the place. So it's still something that does generate a ton of revenue, and there's still a ton of people that do it and enjoy it. It's just not necessarily in the public eye as much. But stuff like this, there was a Disney Channel movie called Brink, which is, if you like to roller skate, you definitely should check that out. And there was a game called Jet Set Radio and Jet Set Radio Future that was all about inline skaters. So this kind of falls into that, like, I guess like niche product of inline skating that was like super duper cool. And one of the things that I think it highlighted even more was like the concept of like the trick, where I feel like there's certain animes that get too involved in like the, I guess like the essence of like the lead character, and I get that you have to do that, but it it did that, but in a way that it still highlighted what the show was about, which is really about like skating and the teams and the camaraderie that you have with like doing sports and doing this activity, and the respect that people have in their like little communities of like whether it's with skating or gaming and things like that. So it was so dope that it had this amount of depth into it and this like sense of community into it, and it wasn't this like fully fictitious story, because obviously, I mean, you're not going to be able to skate across power lines and fall like 96 feet to your neck and survive and do all these crazy things and have these things on your feet that can make you go like 90 miles per hour. You're just not It's just not going to happen anytime soon. You get what I'm saying? Like, of course, when you have an anime, you're going to have to ramp up the concept of reality to make it more interesting. You're not just going to have a bunch of people doing regular stuff and assume that people are going to find it interesting. But yeah, I would say, like, I think it's one that if you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. Super duper cool. It's kind of like a hybrid. I would say it's like a cross between a mech anime and a sports anime. So it has like that sports anime vibe, like a Kuroko's basketball or what have you. But it's still very mech like a Robotech, like a Big O, like Zoids and things, where it just has like this one thing is like this central piece of the show. You know what I mean? ATs like are the central piece of the show, and they're kind of its own entity. You get what I'm saying? So it's super super cool, super cool. I love it. I definitely would say ranking wise, because it only had one season, I would give it 4.5 stripes. The stripe system is for the belts. So on the belt ranking, it is going to be a 1 out of 5 stripes. This is Sensei's way that he ranks. So on the belt rankings, we're going to have to give that a solid 4 out of 5 stars. I would give it a 4 out of 5 stripe. I would give it 5 stripes if it had more than one season. I just cannot justify it not having, with it only having one season, and because like there was so much left to learn about the anime. You know what I'm saying? It's not like something like a Death Note, which I will probably get into in another episode. That when it ended, it was kind of like a sigh of relief, like that's like it's a finality type of thing. But this anime in particular, it had so much more potential to grow and to develop and all these other things. So it was kind of a big disappointment when it comes to that, because it was just like it felt like a story was untold, if that makes sense. But yeah, man, I would definitely suggest that. If you are an anime fan and you just watched the mainstreams, I definitely would recommend Air Gear to watch. Some other animes on my list that are just a random smattering of animes. Case Closed is a very good one. Robotech is super old but super classic. Is extremely good one. That'll be it for right now. Those are the couple that I would recommend. So Air Gear, Case Closed, and Robotech are some really really good ones. Definitely check those out, man. And of course, please follow me on Twitter at Sensei_Global21 and Instagram International_Sensei, man. Thank you guys so much, man. I will be doing Showverse episodes once a month, maybe twice a month. Awesome time to be here, man. Thank you guys once again, and I will see you in the next one. Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching.
You can check out our website for all the content we produce.
Clicking all those YouTube buttons makes it so you see more content from myself and the other amazing creators at Kai's Corner Productions. All donations help us produce more stuff like that for you.
See you guys in the next one. Peace.